Good morning, retail traders. I'm Washboardjim with a sneaky snake trading strategy where I love talking about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And right now we're going to be talking about NVDA. Earnings are coming out Wednesday after the market closes on the 28th. And I'm going to kind of give you my opinion of what I think will happen. So let's get right to it. NVIDIA knows it's one of the hottest stocks out there right now. It is a market maker and a market mover. We've had some real good earnings out on NVIDIA. I think we've had real good earnings and they've kind of slowed down a little bit. And I think we're waiting for that Blackwell chip to figure out what's going on with it. They did have a delay with it, and there's a lot of customers waiting for it. Big backlog for this chip. So I think it's going to all depend on what the CEO is going to come out and say about the consensus of the future of the Blackwell chip and their future sales. And I think they're coming out with two other chips too. I really love NVIDIA. I mean, it's been my top trading stock for the last 2 years in a row, maybe 3. I've been kind of waiting for it. I waited for it until the beginning of 2023. Right after the year of 2022 when we started to rebound this market. We've had a real good year this year, and I think we're just waiting to figure out the future of the stock. Now, a lot of the fat cats are very bearish on this stock. They say this is the big time, probably the most important earnings that's going to come out on NVIDIA. But I get this feeling like they're just not pumped up like they used to be on it. And I think it's a big mistake. Now, we did pull up from a bottom of $90, and we're going to go ahead and look at that. But I'm going to pull up something else here. Zacks ranks got it at number 3. Some are saying number 2. About a month and a half ago, the fat cats on CNBC said the market cap was too big. That was their excuse to call it a bear. My excuse to kind of call for the pullback was that there's so much other competition out there coming out with some different chips, a little less expensive, probably not as good, I don't know. AMD, I can just go ahead and name a few. But NVIDIA is still top dog of the list, so it's very important what happens this coming earnings, how they project the future of NVIDIA, if it's going to break out past this 140 level. I'm going to chart it up for you and show you what I'm talking about. This is the weekly time frame. Like I said, earnings will come out August 28th after hours. And we're going to go ahead and delete this right now. Well, we'll delete it right now. So this is the weekly time frame. We did have a nice little pullback, 3 black crows, and then we had that 1 week where it just kind of pulled back all the way back to $90, about 90.41, somewhere right around that area. And then we had 3 black crows with an engulfing candle, and we had a great reversal with 3 white soldiers. And we did break the overhead resistance on the weekly time frame of NVIDIA, and I'll show you what I mean. We still didn't get up to the double top, but we did break the overhead resistance. And we're going to put that right on that wick right there. Bring it to that wick. As you can see, last week we broke that resistance area. This is the weekly time frame, so I am going to use the wicks on this. A lot of times I'll just use the bodies when I'm drawing a trend line. And it pretty much matches right up in the same spot. So that's definitely a solid resistance to break to get it past that. Now we got 3 white soldiers here. After the 3rd soldier, sometimes they like to consolidate and pull back. So we could have a little bitty pullback come Monday, Tuesday, and bounce off this here trend line or bounce off this bottom part of this top candle right here. And I'm going to draw a price line all the way across and call that the support to hold. Right there at 124.67 to keep this thing bullish. Now I'm just using a simple weekly candlestick patterns to try to figure out where I want to wait to buy the trade here. So I'm going to set an alert right above that 124.67. Just right above it. 125, somewhere in there, 126, right about in there. So I'll be waiting for this alert just in case it decides to pull back. Like I said, and I'm surprised how the fat cats are kind of bearish on this stock right now. They just say it's the biggest earnings that NVIDIA's probably ever had. We got one benefit, and that's the Pow Pow. Last week, the Pow Pow cracked a few jokes. He felt like we were going to go ahead and get this rate cut, and that would be a good catalyst also to bring this stock up, because usually in a normal market situation, higher rates is not good on tech stocks. But we've had that AI run, and I think they just brushed it off, and we had a huge breakout on this stock. Biggest breakout I've seen in 20 years in the market alone. Some of these stocks in the AI sector run up 1,000%, 500 or 600%. It's just crazy in a year and a half. 600, 700, 800%. Just very unusual for a stock to run up that much. But we did have a real good hard sell-off, which we recovered that in a V real fast. So we're going to take this now to the resistance to break will be the top of this body of this candle right here. And I'm going to draw a price line all the way across on this weekly for this coming week. And that's right around 133.15. We might hover on that double top and then pull back and consolidate in between this channel until Wednesday. Then after hours, we could catapult up all the way up to a double top at 140.76. And then that'll be your hard resistance to break. If that breaks, I think we can take it up to 150, a little bit under 150. We're going to go to the yearly, daily, and I'm going to see if I see anything different on here, which I don't. We could bring this down a little bit more, and it would match up right in that spot also for resistance levels. And I'm going to change the color on this one here when I do that. I'm just going to take the bodies. Run it with the body right there. I'm going to see if I can get in here and change that color. We'll make it a blue. So it's right in there too, off that support level. The resistance to break come this week to kind of bring it up to a triple top break. Will that be the body of these candles right here? And again, I'm going to go ahead and do another price line right across the bodies of that candle on the daily. And I'm using the daily time frame. And then I'm going to go ahead and change that color to blue also. So now we're going to go to the 1 hour time frame. Let me see one more thing. If we do break this resistance of 130.12, we can start using these next resistance level of 135, and then that next body of that candle right around 139.61. Now I've heard that number before from a few fat cats, that 139.61, and so anywhere around that 140 level, 139.50, 139, 140, you're going to probably see some consolidation. Little Darvis box go to the right and consolidate, and think about wanting to break out past that resistance. That's a hard resistance. That's a real hard resistance at that 139.61. Still thinking long at 140.76 to break on the weekly, but here on the daily, we really need to use that time frame. So at 139.61. So now we're just kind of summing it up. I'm going to take this to the 1 hour. Take it to the 1 hour, 90 day. Again, that 130.12 is a very hard resistance to break. If we do break it, we will bring it up to that next level of 133.15, and then the next high will be right around 135.93. We'll lower it just a little bit right there. 136.06, 136.06. And we're going to change that color to blue. These blue are going to represent very strong support resistance levels and support levels, because they're critical. This is on the 1 hour time frame. So I'm going to give you a summary of what I think is going to happen here. If we do start to sell off real hard, we're going to catch it off this 200 SMA right around 118.27 and keep this stock right in this range. Unless some bad stuff starts to happen and we get a bad reaction of maybe oil or geopolitical things going on. So right around that 118.38, we want that to hold and be support and play the channel up. I'm going to be very bullish on this stock, I tell you, and I will be trading it. It'll be a great scalper, a great day trade until the earnings come out, and then I might grab a couple contracts into earnings, a couple calls, and run it up if she wants to go ahead and break out. If we don't break out before that, if we pull back some, I'll take the trade and go a little bit longer with it. So we're going to pull up the 20-day 1 hour now. We're definitely looking at a low support of 118.38 with that second support, that first support right around 124.67. Resistance to break will be 130.12, 133.15, and 136.06. If we can get up there and break all them resistance levels, we'll make it to 139 to 140. And that's my opinion on NVIDIA. We got a lot of bear people out there that are very bearish. The guy sold all of his contracts last week or whatever he had invested in it. Said he's going to wait for the dip. So it all depends on this earnings. It's a big earnings report. The biggest one that I can name of when I'm trading NVIDIA and watching NVIDIA stock. It's very big, very big. I can't emphasize it enough. It'll be the catapult for the rest of the market. Now, they've been trying to put you in different trades, AMD, MU, TSM, all kinds of different to try to bring that down. Apple, they're talking about Meta being number one. You got Amazon out there with so everybody's trying to duplicate or try to be the number one NVIDIA. And NVIDIA is the number one. And for now, competition, you never can tell. If you know anything about competition, we'll have a price war. They might bring some of the prices down on the NVIDIA chip. Who knows? But we're waiting for the Blackwell. We're waiting for the consensus. We're waiting for the guidance. And we got a lot of big orders coming in for NVIDIA. Big or billions. So I wish everybody the best of luck. Keep an eye on it. This is NVIDIA. My name's Washboardjim. I'm the sneaky snake trader. I like to buy at support and sell at resistance. I like to be in the now. I'm looking at charts and I'm looking at moving averages as my support and resistance areas. Have a great day. We'll see you Wednesday. Wednesday after hours, Thursday morning. I'll be trading this stock. Bye-bye.